Welcome to Guac Gaming. Guac King here with a video on Red Dead Online's 5th frontier pursuit, the Naturalist. The Naturalist brings along two contacts, Harriet and Gus. This video is going to focus on Gus, but I have another video focusing on Harriet that I'll leave a link for in the description below. Gus is basically the online version of single player's Trapper. So basically you would bring 3-star animal skins and carcasses to him, and he can make clothing and equipment out of those parts. If you find this video helpful, consider liking and subscribing, as that really helps grow the channel. Gus can be found in all of the locations that the Trapper could be found in single player. Plus, he has an extra location here in New Austin. So let's take a look at what you could get from Gus. The first item on the menu are the garment sets. Now, if you like large animal heads shrunk down to be proportional with human heads, then this is going to be the section for you. The garment sets come from the legendary animals that you've skinned and brought to Gus. Every time you bring one to Gus, a new one appears. They have basically the same style of shotgun coat with the head of whatever the animal was as a hood. And each coat can be worn without the hood if you just like the way the jacket looks. The next section is for clothing that can be made without needing legendary animal pelts, so just pelts from animals around the map. So the first section we have hats. On the bottom you can see that you need perfect carcasses for these hats. The next section is for bandoliers. Now the first two bandoliers you need perfect deer carcasses for. But the next two bandoliers you can see that you need perfect ram hides. And if you bring a perfect carcass for Gus, it won't count as a hide. You have to skin it before you hand it to him. I guess he doesn't know how to do that himself. The next section is for coats. This coat doesn't actually require any hide or carcass. Next we have ponchos from Perfect Wolf Pelts. We have some gauntlets, and it's important to note that if you see the plus sign right here, that you actually can get different colors of these. It goes without saying that if you want different colors of an item, you're going to need more perfect pelts or carcasses to get them. So for example, in this case, you would need 2 perfect rabbit pelts for each of these different colors. Next we have gloves. And then last we have pants. Alright, now we're on to trinkets. Each trinket is made up of an animal part and a piece of jewelry from the Collector Rolls Lost Jewelry set. Now let's take a look at them. So the beaver tooth trinket, you can see the recipe down below, and if you click the right stick, you can see what it does. So the beaver tooth trinket permanently slows degradation for all weapons by 10%. So that one's actually really cool. The buck antler trinket, you can see that recipe down below. And this does what it does in single player. Player has higher chance of receiving better quality pelts and skins from animals in perfect condition. So basically, if you get a clean kill on an animal that's a 1-star or a 2-star, you may end up with a pelt that is a 2-star or a 3-star. I haven't had much luck with this one, but I did get a 3-star frog one time. The javelina tusk trinket, you can see the recipe down below, and I think it's important to note that the javelina tusk comes from the peccary pigs that you can find in New Austin. It's the only animal part that doesn't clearly state what it is, unless you know what a javelina is. Now this trinket permanently increases the player's horse bonding rate by 10%, which is fine if you're like me and you like to get new horses every time rolls come out. You'll just bond 10% faster, save you some time. The next trinket is the ram horn trinket. Recipe down below. So basically with this trinket, every time you pick thyme, oregano, and mint, you'll get 2 instead of 1, which can be pretty handy if you're making a lot of big game meat and such. Alright, the next trinket is the snowy egret trinket. Recipe down below. This trinket permanently decreases the speed that horse health and stamina cores drain by 10%. I like this trinket because you'll just have to feed your horse a little less, although it's not really a big deal to feed your horse, but you might as well have it. All in all, the trinkets are just what they are. They're not meant to be game changers. They're just little quality of life buffs to help you along your way. I don't believe this is it for the trinkets. I think Rockstar will add more. I don't know that for sure, but I think that we could see talismans from single player come into the game, and maybe you need legendary animal parts for those, and they could potentially have even bigger buffs than these trinkets have. That'd be pretty cool. We'll see what Rockstar decides to do. The next section is equipment. All right, the first section in equipment are some variants for the improved bow. The first one's the alligator variant. I believe this costs 9 gold bars. I bought it a little bit ago. Let me know in the comments below if it costs something different now. Pretty sure it was 9 gold bars. And then there's also the horned variant, which is the one I like a lot. This one costs 12 gold bars. And just to be clear, you cannot apply these variants to the regular bow. All right, next under equipment are the saddlebags. So first we have the big paw saddlebag for 8 gold bars, and the soft coat saddlebag. This one costs $205. And you have to buy one for each of your saddles if you want to use it on more than one horse. It's also important to note that while these saddlebags look cool, the collector saddlebag allows you to hold 7 outfits, while these 2 new bags, for some weird reason, only allow you to hold 5. So if outfits are important to you, I'd stick with the collector saddlebag, but if outfits aren't that important to you, then these 2 saddlebags might be right up your alley. I think these saddlebags are really cool, and I don't really know why Rockstar would have made it that way. Because why would they introduce 2 new saddlebags into the game that are inferior to the collector saddlebag? Why not just make them all the same? Or give us more outfits that we can hold on to? For the people out there like me that like having a lot of different outfits on the horse. All right, the last section is ammunition. And here you can just buy some arrows, some varmint rifle cartridges, and some Nitro Express ammo for your elephant rifle. And if you're not familiar with the elephant rifle, I've done a full review on it, and I'll leave a link for that video in the description below. Alright, that's it for Gus's menu, but the last thing we need to talk about is what weapon to use and what ability cards to use when hunting legendary animals. But this video is running a bit long, so I'm going to put that information in the next video, so stay tuned for that. If you thought this video was helpful, drop me a like and subscribe for more Red Dead Online content. Next time you bring the chips, because I got the guac.